Story number 6. John Fackler, we're going to go to you with story number 6. This is pieces coming out of the ABC affiliate down here, WPLG. Website is local10.com. I'll read you the headline, first couple graphs, and I want you to comment. Headline: real estate transaction involving historic cemetery, and Broward is full of injustice, residents say. And subhead: residents fear developer will build over the land that was once Westview Community Cemetery in Pompano Beach. And first couple graphs, Mr. Fackler. Esther Roll, an actress who is best known for her role as Florida Evans on Maude and its spin-off series Good Times, was buried at a historic cemetery in Broward County. Ed Phillips, a former Pompano Beach commissioner, said Roll, who was born in Pompano Beach, and many of the Black pioneers of the community were at the Westview Community Cemetery. This cemetery was created because African Americans could not go to other cemeteries, Phillips said. The grass is not kept. The cemetery, the casket at the top, seem to be deteriorated and nothing's been replaced. It's tragic. Ella Glasgow said she also has many relatives buried at the cemetery, which was established in 1952 in Pompano Beach and is now in disrepair and was partially sold. Glasgow said she felt it's unjust to have to deal with the uncertainty of it all. Phillips said the cemetery is managed by a board. They had the nerve to sell some of the cemetery land without even asking or coming to this community, Phillips said, about the 4 acres that sold for $1.4 million to a developer who appears to be interested in commercial real estate. What say you, Mr. Fackler?
We talked about it earlier. I mean, South Florida, real estate's the business of South Florida. I mean, this is kind of shocking. I had no idea that you could annex part of a cemetery and sell it. The fact that it was mentioned in the story that the board manages the cemetery. It was board with a small b. It wasn't named. But the fact that they'd be able to sell it without telling the residents, some of these, when I say residents, I mean they have several burial plots because their entire families are buried there over generations. The fact that it's a historically black cemetery really puts a spotlight on this deal. And the fact is, I mean, she brought up in the story, like, why would a warehouse developer, she did a lot of digging to find out that it was a warehouse developer. Why would a warehouse developer want to even build next to a cemetery? But I always assumed that residential towers or construction were forbidden from building on cemeteries. So I guess I'm wrong. This is the first I'm hearing about it.
Now, let me put it to the roundtable. We're talking a lot about insurance. We're talking about the possibility of condo buyouts or terminations. Some of these old buildings that are underutilized or basically obsolete because of the costs associated with it. Some of these associations might actually be terminated. Developers might come in, pay everybody to kind of go away and build something new on there. What's the push-pull? Are we to the point where, because of possible terminations that are, some have been announced, some are kind of going forward, as well as buying up cemetery land to build, how do you guys see this playing out? I mean, is this a situation that'll simply cure itself by the market, by land, future land being available because of condo buyouts and terminations? Or do you think we're going to get to the point where any piece of dirt in and around South Florida is basically going to be consumed? It's going to be built upon. What say the roundtable?
Yeah, I think. Well, look, I mean, there's no new land. I mean, you got the Everglades on the west, and you've got the ocean all around, and Broward. I mean, completely built out. And so, where are you going to go? So, I think, that's kind of the trend that we're going to see, this redevelopment, tearing down of old buildings. And unfortunately, and any land that's vacant is fair game. I mean, even cemetery land, apparently.
I think at this same time, we're going to see a lot more political pressure for upzonings in neighborhoods that have resisted it historically. Places like Miami Shores, Cutler Bay, Palmetto Bay, South Miami, they're mostly single-family homes, and they are in the urban core where it would make sense. I mean, they're right, like a lot of places just off of US 1. Like on US 1, you have multifamily buildings, but like a block over, you don't, because you've basically had political constituencies that have defended that being single-family homes for 30, 40 years. At some point, I do think that the developers just can't stop them. They're gonna force those single-family neighborhoods to become multifamily, and that'll happen at the same time.
And so it would basically be a continuation of what we saw in Greater Downtown Miami with the Edgewater neighborhood, which was duplexes and single-family houses that have now been replaced by 50-story towers. Very interesting point.